Hi there, my name is Kamil Trzciński. I will tell you a few words about the tool that we create, iOS Class Guard. You maybe heard about it. You may be able to see it at our open source bar. I am from Polydea. I'm working on making our applications more secure. And also I'm pretty keen about the container revolution that Docker introduced last year. I'm also researching computer graphics. What is iOS Class Guard? iOS Class Guard is a command line utility for obfuscating iOS and OS X applications. In fact, this is pretty niche. There is not many solutions out there on the market. Most of you probably heard what is about obfuscation. What is obfuscation? If you happen to be on Max talks, he showed a few obfuscation techniques. In general, obfuscation is a method of hiding intended meaning. We just want to confuse attacker. We just want to make it harder to interpret. We just want to make symbols not understandable for a person who is trying to break our application, but make it still understandable for computer. You may ask yourself, why do I need it? The answer is pretty simple. Let's start with something like that. Some of you use iOS devices. Jailbreak on iOS devices is, in fact, pretty easy, but I discourage you from using it on your personal device. The main problem is there is only Chinese jailbreak, so I'm not quite sure what it also installs. It's not safe. The second problem is all apps are encrypted. They are transferred as encrypted. They stored on device as encrypted. But in real, Apple DRM is not really that secure. As soon as you get access to your device, you can pretty simple dump your application. There is even a tool for that. It's named Clutch. You simply enter Clutch. You see a list of encrypted applications. You then Clutch and enter what application you want to dump, and it takes a couple of seconds, and your application downloaded from App Store is stored in documents, decrypted, and is ready to be broken. With application, if you have that application copied to your computer, you can use another tool. Is ClassDump. ClassDump is pretty old. It was used since the first iPhone to discover private APIs that can be used on the phone. And it can be used to attack your application to see how is the structure of your application. What view controllers do you have? What methods do you implement? With that knowledge, you can use Cycrypt. It's a code injection tool. It allows you to inspect application during its running. You can execute methods, send messages to some objects. You can even dynamically rewrite some functions to make it behave differently. It's dynamic. Okay, let's go direct. Okay, what we can do for Java Android, there is amazing program from Eric. You may have been on Eric Talks. For iOS, there is iOS Class Guard. It's pretty decent tool. Well, you may ask yourself how it works. This is simple view controller. You can see there is two UI text fields, one label, a few methods. If we take that view controller, if we analyze all this content of this view controller, we can generate a file that looks something like that. We take every name of this field, every name of the method, every name of the class, and create a new name, shorter for that symbol. We can then compile our application, and it leads us to application that stores manglet names. We really don't know what these UI text fields are for. We don't know what is the meaning of this UI label, or we don't know that. We know as a programmer that fourth method v8u is probably button login, but the attacker, he doesn't have that knowledge. A few words about how it works. iOS Class Guard is made as an extension for Class Dump. Class Dump, the tool that I presented you a few moments earlier, the tool that allows us to dump the structure of our code. It uses the data stored in macro binary. Objective-C structure forces compiler to store all the data in binary. We can use that data to generate symbols map, the symbols map that you saw a few slides earlier, this defined file. The generated file is then included in your project. You simply pre-include in your PC precompiled header. And in fact, the C processor does all the magic. There is every symbol is redefined for a different one, and voila, it works. How can I use it? It's very simple. The one downside of using ClassGuard is that you have to recompile your application. First, you have to compile it as normally you do. Then you have to run ClassGuard on compiled binary to generate the symbols map. And then you have to include that symbols age and recompile your application. Then your application will be obfuscated. It's pretty well featured. We have support for almost everything that developer can use. We support Cocoa pods. We support key value observers, so there is no problem with that. We even obfuscate XIPs, obfuscate storyboards. There is also support for core data. We implemented the obfuscation of crash dumps. I spoke with some people, and there were questions whether it affects the performance of the app. No, it doesn't affect in any way performance of the app because it doesn't rewrite the code inside functions. It only rewrites the symbol names. There is also one positive side. You can expect small reduction of binary sizes, 5 to 10%. So it's very good. What is also important that the way iOS ClassGuard works allow us to use also other tools for obfuscation. For example, LLVM obfuscator. There is no problem with that. We are still working on iOS ClassGuard. We will soon push the update that will allow you to rewrite the sim, so you will have no problems with using tools like Crashlytics, Applause, Bugsense. You simply upload your obfuscated IPA, upload rewritten decim, and you have full deobfuscated stack traces. We are still looking into making the integration even more simpler. Maybe we are looking how maybe we can detect the nature of the project, what it uses, maybe core data, maybe pods. It now needs to be specified manually. We are also looking into Swift support. The 2 year maybe from now it will be in production. Right now it's not ready yet, but we're definitely looking into it. If you want to more, there is a GitHub page. There is pretty good README on it. There is even an exemplary application that you can build yourself, see how it works, and it's that simple. I would also like to invite you to upcoming meetup. It's not yet public. It's not yet announcement public. If you happen to be in Warsaw in March, we will have some security event. If you would like to get some information about ClassGuard, in-depth details, how it works, Błażej Marcinkiewicz will be talking about it. I myself will be preparing talk about mobile security, comparison between Android and iOS, and we'll try to find a key points where each of the systems is better or worse in some aspects. I think that's all.
Thank you, Kamil.
Questions?
We are open for questions.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Kamil, could you, because you mentioned that you need to recompile it twice, so, and Mateusz was talking about speed of build process. I mean, may I assume that it's just making the compilation process twice longer? Is it true?
Yes, it's true, but I don't see as a big problem because you pretty often do it on using continuous integration, and you don't have to prepare obfuscated build every time. So as long as you create some release builds, I mean, maybe every day, maybe every week, so it's not a big problem that you have to recompile twice.
Okay.
I think that's all.
Thanks, Kamil.